Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. I'm genuinely thrilled to have you here because we are diving into a vehicle that honestly, fundamentally changed the automotive landscape. We're looking at the 2026 Nissan LEAF, evolution of an icon. Now, if you follow the EV space at all, you already know the LEAF is a massive pioneer. It's literally the car that helped take electric vehicles mainstream. But as we know, the auto world moves incredibly fast. So what we want to figure out today is exactly how this latest evolution of the LEAF actually stacks up in a market that is, let's face it, absolutely flooded with competition.
Which brings us directly to the big question driving today's deep dive. Is the ultimate city EV still a top contender? Does this sleek new iteration actually hold up to its massive legacy? And maybe more importantly for you, does it meet the really intense day-to-day demands of modern urban commuters? We're going to break down the hard facts, the design updates, the absolute best parts, and yet the very real limitations, just to give you the complete picture.
So let's jump right into Section 1. Meet the new LEAF, the urban companion's companion.
Right off the bat, notice Nissan's deliberate design shift. We're looking at this super sleek, futuristic rear design, featuring premium LED taillights for enhanced visibility. You know, the LEAF has always been deeply practical, right? But this 2026 model, it really pushes for a much more contemporary vibe. And those LED taillights, they aren't just about safety, though obviously making sure you're seen on a rainy city night is absolutely crucial. They actually add a really distinct premium touch. It's a look that's specifically engineered to catch the eye of the modern urban buyer, someone who wants their car to look just as forward-thinking as the tech that's actually powering it.
And here's where we see the brilliant balancing act Nissan is trying to pull off. It is compact enough for easy city parking, yet totally roomy enough for daily driving comfort. Look, if you live in a dense city, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The absolute pure anxiety of trying to squeeze into a tiny parallel parking spot while traffic backs up behind you. It's the worst. Well, the LEAF's proportions kind of make that maneuvering a total breeze. But the crucial part is that they haven't sacrificed the interior space you actually need to, enjoy being in the car. It really is purpose-built from the ground up for the urban environment.
All right, moving on to Section 2, merits, where it shines. Let's look at efficiency, safety, and simplicity. When we talk about the LEAF, the defining number really is just zero. Literally, zero tailpipe emissions. For the eco-conscious driver out there, this is just a proven, fantastic way to shrink your carbon footprint. And look, we all know electricity generally undercuts petrol and diesel costs, but when you're talking about a daily urban commuter, those day-to-day savings compound incredibly fast, so you're getting a real two-for-one. You're combining true environmental responsibility with a genuinely lower operational cost for that daily grind. And all of that builds into a seriously stress-free ownership experience. The 2026 LEAF totally maintains that low-maintenance reality that EVs are famous for. We're talking fewer moving parts than your traditional internal combustion engine, minimal oil changes required, and just a hugely reduced frequency of mechanical issues overall. By stripping away all that crazy complexity of a gas engine, the LEAF offers a massive relief from the typical maintenance grind. I mean, for a busy city dweller, skipping those endless trips to the mechanic, that translates directly to more time in your day and a whole lot of peace of mind.
But of course, a great urban companion also needs to keep you safe when things get chaotic. And the LEAF comes equipped with a really robust advanced safety suite. We've got stop-and-go brake support, hill start assist, automatic emergency braking, lane assist, and adaptive cruise control. Just imagine being stuck in brutal bumper-to-bumper traffic on a steep hill. We've all been there, right? Features like that stop-and-go brake support and the hill start assist to prevent you from rolling backwards, those aren't just baseline safety specs. They will absolutely save your sanity. It seamlessly takes the cognitive load off the driver in the absolute most annoying driving situations.
Okay, now here is where we have to pivot. Section 3, demerits, the reality check. Let's dig into the actual limitations of the LEAF.
Yes, the LEAF is fantastic in the city, but we really need to look at the whole picture impartially here. So let's break down the drawbacks and what their real-world impact actually looks like. First up,
limited range. The LEAF is definitely going to require frequent charging on long highway trips. Second is the charging network. Your day-to-day experience is highly dependent on your local fast charging station availability. If you live in a charging desert, yeah, that's a real problem. Third, performance. Let's be completely clear. This is an efficient commuter, not a sports car. It's going to feel underpowered if you're chasing high-speed highway thrills or really sporty driving dynamics. Fourth is resale value. You do have to factor in potential depreciation linked to battery degradation once that warranty is up. And finally, interior unknowns. Based on the current reveals, buyers absolutely have to verify things like the infotainment system, seat comfort, and cargo space for themselves to make sure it meets their expectations. The cold hard reality is simply this. This car is not a high-speed cross-country road tripper.
Which brings us to our conclusion. Section 4, the final verdict. Who is the 2026 LEAF actually for?
Okay, let's figure out exactly where you stand. You should definitely consider buying the new LEAF if you primarily drive in cities, commute daily, and if you care deeply about lower running costs and minimizing your environmental impact. It's basically a home run if your goal is just a modern, reliable, low-maintenance EV. However, on the flip side, you really need to consider alternatives if you regularly need long-range capability for frequent highway travel. You should also probably look elsewhere if you're expecting sporty performance, if you need high towing capacity, or if the fast-charging infrastructure around your area is severely limited. At the end of the day, it really comes down to matching the machine to your exact lifestyle.
The ultimate takeaway from all our sources is crystal clear. The LEAF is, quote, ideal for eco-conscious commuters, but not for long-distance highway enthusiasts. And honestly, I love that. The 2026 Nissan LEAF knows exactly what it is. It isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It is proudly just a reliable, modern, city-friendly machine that's quite simply designed to make the daily urban grind cleaner, cheaper, and a whole lot safer.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Does the 2026 LEAF actually fit your daily drive? Or is range anxiety going to hold you back? Take a really hard look at your weekly mileage, look at where you park, and ask yourself how often you actually take those long road trips. I promise the answer to those questions will tell you everything you need to know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep evaluating what works for you, and I'll catch you on the next deep dive.